Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.
If you've been thinking about getting serious with your money, like actually serious, now's the time. The Motley Fool is offering new members 50% off their iconic stock recommendation service, Stock Advisor. This is the same service that's crushed the market with recommendations that have returned 1,057% since inception, compared to the S&P 500's 180% over that same period. This isn't guesswork. The Motley Fool has a track record of finding companies before they become household names. So if you want to invest smarter and you like saving money while doing it, go to Fool.com/listen to claim your 50% off discount off a 1-year term of Stock Advisor. Again, that's Fool.com/listen. Returns of 1,057% are from the Motley Fool's product Stock Advisor and measured against S&P 500 returns of 180% as of July 10th, 2025. Past performance is not an indicator of future results. All investing involves a risk of loss. Individual investment results may vary.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Kulturecast. I'm Chris Stachiw and I'm joined by two of my friends who are in the same spot because of, internet things. Internet situations that we've spent more time talking about than the movie we're about to talk about deserves. I'm joined by Maggie and Jess. Yeah, Maggie's gonna make faces at me, it's fine. I'm not a big fan of Bakshi, but she is. See, it was bound to happen, Maggie. You would come on here and I would not like something that we were going to talk about.
I know. This is the night that I get pissed off.
That's fine.
Have you only been on things that you both like?
Kinda.
Oh, wow.
Has it?
We've either felt the same way as the film or, let's see.
Redline, we both liked
disagree.
it.
Yeah.
Mr. Go, fucking weird monkey movie.
Epic, and Lagan.
Pretty
sweet.
Yeah.
The other Bollywood movie.
No, DDLJ.
Oh, yeah, DDLJ for sure, but how could you not love that?
Right.
Yeah, good question. How could you not? The real question, though, is how could you not love this movie? Pretty easy. We're going to be talking... Well, look, I haven't liked anything this month, so this is not going to come as a surprise to the listeners, but it is Jess Byard June, and we are talking about Ralph Bakshi films. And now we're talking about American Pop, which is a adult animated musical drama.
Zalmy should have been a star. The kid's a genius. But there were complications. Benny could have been famous, but life got in the way.
Well, it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, baby.
Tony had a brush with success.
You the one who writes the songs? Don't you know I'm nothing without you?
But had to let it go.
I want you to play one of my songs.
So it was up to Pete to grab it, hold it, and make himself heard.
Working on a night move, trying to make some front page driving news. Working on a night move.
One family.
It's the music I love.
4 generations.
This is work. This is play.
In love with the sound of American pop. Bakshi, the creator of Fritz the Cat and Lord of the Rings, now takes modern animation a quantum leap forward with a motion picture of incredible beauty and remarkable power.
Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love.
Whether you dance to it, drive to it, sing with it, or swing with it. If you can crank it up, plug it in, or switch it on, if it assaults your senses, rocks your body, or touches your soul. It's American Pop.
Came out in 1981, and it features something that I had never seen before, and we'll talk about it, a little thing called rotoscoping, which is...
Wait, you never... Oh, really?
I'd never seen Bakshi's Lord of the Rings, and all the other Bakshi movies don't use rotoscoping that I've seen. Right? Wizards know rotoscoping, and Fritz?
Yes, Wizards. Yes,
yeah,
Wizards
for sure.
rotoscoping. You know, when all the demon warlords were marching in on their horses?
Yeah, but this movie, though, I could tell it was rotoscoping.
Oh, yeah. They leaned into that style so heavily to try and kind of make it their own, considering it was the cheapest, fastest motive for animating at that time. I mean, they had fun with it at the very least. But yes, this is probably the heaviest rotoscope next to, like, Lord of the Rings.
So, Maggie and Jess, for those of us that don't know what rotoscoping is, why don't you educate the audience as to what Mr. Bakshi would be using in this film called rotoscoping?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her do that.
Oh, yeah.
It was a question to both of you. I didn't know which one of you was going to take upon themselves to answer.
I know what it is, and I appreciate the way it looks, but I don't actually understand what it is.
What is this witchcraft? Get out your number 2 pencils. You're about to get educated. So rotoscoping is where they essentially record out all of the scenes with actors in place of what would be the characters. And to kind of pick up the pace on production, since hand drawing frame by frame by frame is very tedious, especially with realistic movements and everything like that. So to cut down on time and for smaller studios, what they would do is they would take the film that they recorded of the actors, chop it up so that it would be 24 frames a second, and they would trace those movements and then put color over it so that essentially it's tracing the movement for the whole animation. So it has some uncanny aspects to it, and I think that's like the main draw for me. But ultimately, it never was my favorite animation style, and even Bakshi hates the rotoscoping. Sometimes it just comes down to time. But that's the scope. It's recorded stuff that is drawn over. So
you're saying it's done by fucking tracers, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, it's the
fucking
tracers. I know it's sacrilege to me too, but I still appreciate this film.
You mean you draw over other people's lines in pen? You're a fucking tracer, man.
Yeah, but to be fair, they did record the motion themselves, so it's not like they're ripping Disney actions over and over.
No, I was just quoting the best Kevin Smith film, Chasing Amy, not to be confused with the second best film, Dogma. So that's the joke is, you're a fucking tracer. All you do is draw over other people's lines.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's people drawing over pictures. I mean, you can tell obviously if you know.
There was a documentary that just came out a few years ago, I think, about that bell tower shooter, and it's basically told from the perspective of all of the witnesses and people who were around at that time. And so they do the whole documentary in rotoscope, which is pretty cool, especially for a documentary, because it kind of cuts down on the cheesiness of reenactments. It adds a different kind of element. I think it is because of that uncanny valley aspect to it, where it has a very realistic feeling to it, but still that wall.
Well, and to your point, I mean, the thing for me about rotoscoping that was really strange was it captures human emotions in a way that human beings can't even do. Like, I can exaggerate my face, as I'm sure y'all can, but, like, it's hard to capture that in animation, as well as, like, human beings can do it nuanced. And when they get really close in on the actors' faces in this movie, it's really strange. It's upsetting, in a way. It's a guy, when they're like...
Yeah, crying, like in the summertime scene.
Jesus Christ.
Chewing.
It's agonizing.
Yeah.
It's very effective to convey that emotion that is...
Or running away from Nazis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or dying to Nazis while playing the piano.
Yes.
So Jess, I want to know why did you pick American Pop out of the Bakshi? Why American Pop and not Cool World? I've never
you should
seen.
be asking me why Fritz the Cat and not Cool World.
I watched Fritz the Cat and I found very little entertainment value.
That'll agree.
I like to think that the month at least was progressing. Although I guess if we had stuck with that, I would have ended with American Pop rather than Hey Good Looking.
Yeah.
I mean, Fritz the Cat. Okay, Jess, I want to know before we talk about this movie. Do you like Fritz the Cat?
No.
Why the fuck did I watch it then? I mean, to be fair, I get it. It's a movie that's not easy
that
to
I had
like.
to bestow upon thee.
That's fine.
It's a little bit of animation history, also.
Sure.
True.
It's not the best for animation history,
but it is also one of probably Bakshi's most well-known properties, whether it's good or not. But it is a recognizable character.
Yeah. Even though it's an R. Crumb character, but...
Wow.
Yeah, he was really against that one.
Well, you know what they say, don't make something that other people want to fuck around with, then. Just make a bunch of really racist cartoons, then, R. Crumb. He's good at that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a reason that I didn't pick Coonskin.
I will tell you that when we talked about Fritz the Cat, Coonskin came up a lot.
Uh-huh.
Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wonderside's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wonderside.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wonderside.com. Wonderside. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wonderside today.
Hello, this is Aaron West. I am the author of the A24 New Wave. In this book, I look at A24's output and I make the argument that we are in a new wave movement right now. A24 plays a major role. This book has a supplemental podcast where each episode is a brief conversation about an A24 related topic, whether an actor, director, or even a genre. As I continue research for the book and conduct interviews, I expect to record podcast episodes with people involved with the company. You can find the podcast at cinejourneys.com or wherever you find podcasts, and we are proud to be members of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Actually do enjoy that movie.
And that was the statement.
Yeah,
that was the
it
statement,
is
though,
really
was
good.
maybe we should have watched Coonskin instead.
Ooh.
Well, you're on free time, I suppose.
Coming from Mike White, so.
Well, I'm sure he's seen all of these.
He's also the guy who covered a movie called Boss Edward on his podcast, unironically.
Oh,
and
Boss Edward. I have Boss Edward on my DVD shelf.
Not Boss Edward. Boss Edward.
Nope, I'm calling him Boss Edward.
Boss Edward.
Yeah.
No, I understand why you did not pick Coonskin, given just the name Coonskin.
Yeah. Okay, so of all he doesn't have a ton of movies. I feel like I covered most of them in this month.
Except for Lord of the Rings, I think.
And Cool World, yeah.
Lord of the Rings, Cool World, and Coonskin, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
that's a lot. Oh, and Fire and Ice.
Oh yeah.
Go.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for that one, but for all the wrong reasons.
So yeah, I guess I didn't pick Cool World because it's one that's been talked about a million times, and it's kind of what people think of when they think of the bad live action meets animation world.
Right.
And
it's like bad Roger Rabbit, from what I've heard.
Oh, it's terrible.
It
it's a train wreck of a movie because it was a train wreck of a production.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and it's a Roger Rabbit hit that correct line in between being being something that adults enjoy, but also being something that was family oriented ultimately. Right. And it crossed that line very well. Cool World is an adult movie, but
it would have been also.
But it was marketed at the time as like a Roger Rabbit type thing, so obviously it was a huge failure because people are like, I'm not taking my children to this. What the hell are you talking about?
I think my favorite thing about Cool World is that they altered the Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it,
Hollywood? WOULD.
Because it's her name.
Yeah. And so they put a giant Holly on the Hollywood sign.
Hollywood.
And they were like,
Hollywood.
They were like, this is not something we care about. Well, the movie ended up coming out and being a failure, so I guess nobody cared anyways, unfortunately. But, okay, so why American Pop?
Why American Pop?
Why American Pop, yeah.
Of all of these, because probably of all of them, it is probably my favorite Bakshi.
Well, it's the best one I've seen this month. Not saying much. Maggie, what about you? Actually, Jess, what kind of sitting and rewatching American Pop, what did you think?
I still think it's great. I still think that it's a really hard, tragic story to go through, but also still captures a lot of those really small, beautiful moments in life that, especially dealing with characters like this who are living a terrible life. Like, they live in the shitty parts of cities. They have had, as we talked about, there were Nazis. It's a chronicle of a life and a generation, basically. And you hit all of those devastating points. And I think that it really captures that through the music that it uses and through the rotoscoping, which does enhance the emotions that come from the characters.
What about you, Maggie?
This is kind of my benchmark Bakshi. It isn't my favorite personally, but
what's your favorite?
You're gonna hate me for that.
If you say Heavy Traffic.
It's fucking Heavy Traffic, man. It's Wizards and Heavy Traffic, baby. That was my babysitter movie. I would fall asleep to that like every night for like 5 months.
Heavy Traffic?
Yes, sir. Shut the hell. Fuck it all.
I was out when the character of Snowflake showed up. I was out.
Oh, it's so bad. I know.
Oh, you think?
It's so bad.
It is beyond offensive.
It's just so. Yeah, the whole oven argument is like one of my favorite scenes, and it's so terrible. It's just amazing.
Bakshi, in my kind of what I can tell, he really loved wallowing in the gutters.
Yeah, he was putting.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, he was putting out stuff that wasn't really like normalized in kind of cartoon culture. It's like the same reason why we still use felt puppets for edgy puppet humor or whatever. It's like, there's other puppets out there. You don't have to just emulate Sesame Street.
Right.
But I don't know. I root for American Pop. I mean, I'm always praising Bakshi's musical choice and the fact that he centered around 4 generations worth of story around music and how it deeply affected these people's lives in one way or another. One kind of aspiring to be it, one trying to escape it. The other, had it and lost it. And then the other one trying to pick up the pieces. I do hate the ending, I'll give that, because nobody needs a medley. But I love...
Night Moves, everybody! Bob Seger Band!
That's a golden scene. How could you hate a scene that opens up with, Pizza Man, we deliver? That's... so good. I want that tattooed on my back, Chris.
I was more of a fan of the corn monologue.
Oh yeah, Kansas is corny.
Oh, fuck it is. As
Hey,
someone
man,
who lives in a
pizza
state
culture.
next to Kansas, I can tell you it is.
Yeah. Now you can cry in a cornfield with a whole new perspective. But
Why'd you get cornflakes? I don't understand. Why'd you get them? I don't get it.
because they're healthy.
I think my favorite thing about this movie is that it is a journey that it is like an actual journey, right? Like you take a journey with these characters because
Yeah, you see the effects of
Yeah.
everything.
it
that
opens
it's
in
a
Imperial
human.
Russia and Cossacks and New York City and Nazis and factory fires that kill people's moms.
Yeah,
Kill a lot of
court
people's
cases,
moms.
closing people away.
A guy getting shot in the throat, and then he sounds like this for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, bombs.
Oh my lord.
Drugs.
Lots of drugs. Lots of,
Right.
I guess, heroin at the end. Dope. Got it,
Yeah.
dope!
Yeah.
What I find strange about this movie is similarly to Heavy Traffic, similarly to Wizards, similarly to Fritz, it has a plot in the sense that there is a narrative structure, but within that narrative structure, it doesn't really tie itself to any one thing. It just kind of says, here's kind of where we are, and we're just kind of fuck around for a little bit. It's very much like Fritz.
It's more of an observation through life, through
Right.
this entire, these 4 generations of people.
As
And-
opposed to like a Man on the Street, which was Heavy Traffic and
One of these
Fritz.
vignettes of
Right.
weird shit.
And how they build on each other and how each generation tries to get a little better than the one before, but still ends up having all these horrible things happen to them throughout, just because that is what their history is. So I think, so yeah, I get your point. I see your point that it is not a narrative with like a beginning, middle, end sort of thing with the conflict to resolve. It's much more just an observation and a take on how each generation is still affected by the one that happened before. And even if you're trying to crawl out of that, those things are still going to affect you at some point.
Well, and to your point, you have this, like, we talk about, and this is not getting off topic, but it kind of is. We talk about progress in this country, right? And progress is mensured. That's not even a word. Listen here, menture. Progress is often measured in, like, inches, not yards, because obviously it took 100 years for this country to even go from slavery ending to civil rights.
Right.
So, like, history is measured, especially progress is measured in inches, not yards, because once you take a full look at it, obviously it takes a long time to get progress. And that's ultimately what this story is about. Because you see at the beginning, you have this character, Zalmi, though I don't know if my subtitles knew what the hell the character's name was. It was coming up with every other name known to man. Almi, whatever. Fuck it.
Ooh, Amley. That's
Amley.
That's his name. That's yeah.
But the character of Zalmi
Maggie
wants to be a singer the whole time he's alive, and then his descendants want to do the same thing, and you finally see it at the end of the movie. The end of the movie, the final scene, and it's like it took 100 years. Maybe not. I guess it's probably not 100. It's what 90 years. Does this movie ostensibly ends in
Roughly.
what, the 80s?
Yeah, I would say the late 70s, early
Yeah.
80s. Yeah.
So, but it's like you like
When
you
did Night
said,
Moves come out?
76.
Okay, well.
All right.
But it wasn't written by Pete Belinsky. It was written by Bob Seger. I don't know if the
Bob
movie
Seger.
knows that or not. But it's funny because the movie is really just about one family's journey to get on stage.
Right.
Right?
Which, I can see. This is a very American story, right? It's very much a tale of immigration into America, building up through the working class factory, going through all the devastations and hardships that is working at a factory
Right.
in the industrial age. Leaving.
Hello, this is Chris Haskell from They Live by Film. For those that don't know us, Adam, Zach, and we built a podcast over the last 2 years that's a combination of film discussion from 3 very different perspectives, as well as industry interviews with the leaders in boutique Blu-ray and 4K community. We started with Dev Crocodile, but over time we've been lucky enough to speak with Arrow Video, Severin, Mondo Macabro, Vinegar Syndrome, Radiance, Indicator, most of the OCN partner labels. It's been a blast. You can find us wherever you podcast, and also actually recently as part of Someone's Favorite Production Podcast Network. We hope to see you online.
In a time that's even harder than it is now to be somebody to pursue something creative. So I kind of forgot where I even started on this, but
those were the good old days, Jess. I don't know. I was under the impression those were the good old days when things were easier then.
Yeah, but not necessarily for immigrants.
I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you were black in the 60s or 70s, it was really easy to get on stage and perform. It was back in the day. It was the easiest thing in the world.
All you got to do is go on Soul Train.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the only place you can go, not any of the other options that we're afforded now.
But, I think like Ralph Bakshi, a lot of the creators of his generation were very drawn to stories of that immigration, this immigrant family building themselves up from nothing, because that's ultimately what the American dream is supposed to be.
Right.
But I think it's also a really good observation on that's not always what the American dream turns out to be. And it took, 4 generations worth of people to be able to achieve one thing.
To get on stage. To get on stage.
To just be on stage. We don't know what happens to Pete at the end, after everything. You could have a really good week and then everything could just...
Heroin.
Yes, ultimately heroin is probably what happened to Pete. It's like Rent. We can ultimately assume most of those people died not that soon after the movie ended.
There's no happy ending for Pete Belinsky in this film, but that's not the point of the movie, right? I mean, it's just to show his journey of, I guess, success. Would we consider what happens at the end of the film a successful?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. But like you said, Jess, who knows the next frame?
The
next frame is him was strung out,
Yeah, exactly. Like he has this really good week, month, year, hell. And then, I mean, if we are starting, let's say it's 1980 and they're in where, New York?
New York, Kansas, and apparently California, but they didn't realize that.
Yeah. Right. But it's 1980. They say he's in New York at the very end of it. The AIDS crisis is about to start.
Right.
It's gonna boom.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can kind of assume what's going to happen. But I mean, that's also kind of the point of the story, right? Like each generation has a happy moment. Like they get a moment for themselves. It might not necessarily be their ultimate dream, but it's a happy moment until the end where Pete actually gets his dream in a small way. But then we don't know.
What does American Pop say about our generation, though, is my question. Because for me, this movie is insanely depressing in a lot of ways.
Well, but this movie, so this movie came out in when?
81.
Okay, so this is a Gen X movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Which makes sense as to why it's so cynical.
And which is why the next most cynical generation finds it also extremely cynical.
Right, but I mean, Ralph Bakshi's also kind of one of those curmudgeonly creators, so...
Yeah, I mean, you can see the middle finger being raised on screen.
More type, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel that, his perspective is just, we see enough of, the fake happy stuff. It's not always like that, so I appreciate that he shows this kind of gritty reality and everything. And, I mean, ultimately, the way that I perceive this story, it's not necessarily everybody wanting to be on the stage, because the one generation that had to go to war, he was just having fun with music. It was his dad that was pushing him. And that's why, he went off to war, was to try and be like, yeah, this is just playing.
Right.
And Dad's like, no, you good, because I can't listen to my voice. You've been listening to it for a hot minute, and I know everybody's sick of it. But... so I just like the fact that these were more structured vignettes than Bakshi usually slaps across the screen. It has a more thoughtful pace to it.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you watch, Japanese films as opposed to U.S. films, where they have those moments of pause that, I mean, you're staring at a blade of grass for forever, but it makes you be in kind of a state of mind for the these stories. It's like the music definitely carries this film's emotional weight.
Right.
You have just these beautiful scenes where you have like the opening to the war, where it's the I always forget the actual name of the song, but it's the Chips Ahoy song in my head.
Bum bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da bum. I mean, that's like the perfect World War II song, right? Here we are down at the Kulturecast, scatting away.
Hello, yeah, exactly.
Hey, scat fans! It's me, Scatman Stachiw down here. Fuck.
Thrower against the wall. It's gonna be a hot one tonight.
That is, I am never gonna scat on this podcast again.
Please don't.
Damn sure.
I know the listeners can't see it, but I appreciate that. But so you have those moments where it's bombastic and it totally encapsulates like that fucking energy behind it. And then that is juxtaposed to the end of that cycle where it's just him and he finds this piano in this decimated house and he just indulges like one simple pleasure of just playing the piano one last time. And it is so quiet and stark, and the fact that it's punctuated by the German soldiers saying thank you. It's those back and forths that really make it kind of like a small little view of life itself, where it's just kind of has a weird balance to it, but it's certainly more structured than the crazy messes that you've been witnessing, like heavy traffic. I love moments of that for the atmosphere, but it comes out of nowhere, so it doesn't quite have that same effect.
I mean, I will say Bakshi, from the first film that I saw of his to this one, he has definitely, in my mind, grown as a filmmaker. It's funny to watch him really start to understand that his movies need a plot. It's like Bakshi realized he needed to put plots in his movies.
Okay, so did he realize it, or was that a product of studio?
I was about to say, if you look at the chronological order, Hey Good Looking is technically like the senior, I think, in your lineup. And
it's the last one.
Let me tell you, American Pop is the most put together movie, in my opinion, for like traditional basis.
Gotcha.
I feel that his view of plot is very different per story, just depending on what kind of mood that he wants. It's almost like just sometimes you want to write in a different style or draw in a different style, and I think he really found his style, and American Pop is the I'll do a little different.
Yeah, there's no real story structure to any of his movies as far as like a 3-act to 5-act or anything like that.
Man on the Street.
There are beats.
I always feel that like American Pop was just his love letter to music, because you can tell that he is really in tune with music, the way that he utilizes soundtracks in all of his movies.
I mean, the soundtrack in this movie is insane.
Oh my god.
You get like 2 of these songs and it's a big deal? You get all of them?
Literally, yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. And the sheer variety of it, because you're spanning the decade. So he tries to encapsulate it in everything that's put into that.
Yeah, I want to know how much their music budget was.
Oh, God.
Under $1 million is how much Bakshi got it for. So what it says is he got it under $1 million because everybody wanted to work with him because he was seen as a innovator of adult animation. Which I would agree he 100% is, no question there. But yeah, like California Dreamin' and then Purple Haze. I mean,
Oh, Hell is for Children.
Yeah, like good
Sex
lord.
Pistols.
People Are Strange. I mean,
yeah.
You have The Doors, Dave Brubeck, Sam Cooke, Peter Paul.
Basically
Mary.
have all of Woodstock.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Forget Red Balloon.
That's true.
That was the one song where I'm like, I didn't need this stuck in my head this week, but thanks.
It's fair. And then you have fake Janis Joplin, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's supposed to be Janis Joplin, right?
Manis Laplin.
Yeah, Manis Laplin.
Yeah.
Never heard of him?
Frankie Hart, otherwise known as Frankie Hart, will be playing the role of Janis Joplin.
Right.
I think it's interesting though that this movie does integrate the music so well, given in the Bakshi didn't really mess around with music in his last couple movies. Like it wasn't as important, and it's kind of odd that you would have thought that it would have bled into something else. Like, because he's obviously clearly loves music. Like, you don't just happen upon these songs out of the fucking blue. Like, that's not real. But it's just weird that like this is the movie that has all the does any of his other movies have a lot of music, or
Yes.
is this kind of the one?
I think Heavy Traffic had a fair balance between music lead-in and, I mean, Fritz the Cat. The one scene that I do love, I mean, the Tunnel of Tits, sure, but the other one scene that I really will back Fritz the Cat on is just the super simple, the crow snapping his finger to Bo Diddley. Just like moments like this, he takes the time to glorify the music. I mean, his fantasy stuff is less inclined, but that's because he was going for more of the atmosphere as opposed to the music. But any of his movies that I have seen, it seems to be working in tandem, almost like Quentin Tarantino kind of does that, where there's specific scenes where you can tell that he heard that song, that scene played in his head, and he needed it to be exactly that.
Yeah. It often includes having a woman
looking.
being punched in the head by a soup can or something, you know.
Yeah!
I heard this song in my head and I just thought women being beaten with soup cans.
Right, exactly. And that's probably Bakshi. Yeah.
You know, I agree, Jess. This is the best Bakshi film I've watched all month. But there's just something about it I don't like.
Is it the rotoscoping?
It's the medley. It wrecks the whole thing. Not kidding.
I think it might
Like
be
when we watched all that jazz and he actually said the ending he liked. With the big show.
Yeah. I mean, it's very on par for the character. It was not my favorite by any means, but
Why do you dislike the medley at the end so much?
As it just drags on so singing along. I love the
That's
concept,
fair.
but it's like, yeah, bye bye my love, goodbye. You've said this 20 times, Fosse. Go up the hole. Just go. Bye bye. Yes, you said bye.
Get out of here, Bub Fosse! I swear to fucking God! Just die. Why don't you just fucking die already?
No, there's not a key change. Get this key change out of here. Goodbye. Ride your magic freaking piano on out of here.
I mean, the ending does drag on. I think my issue with the ending is a little heavy-handed.
Yes.
Like, I already saw these characters. You don't have to remind me of the characters I saw an hour ago. Come on.
Right, exactly. I'm sure they moved on with their life. I'm glad you accept this in your stupor before death, but please, we get it.
I will say, though, I liked Ron Thompson a lot. I've never seen him in anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But he's really good.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well.
The thing with Tony, though, is like the voice that he does for Tony it can be a little much.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the word?
Much? Yeah.
Much? A lot much?
Yeah. I mean,
hey, what are you doing? It's like...
Right. All of them are definitely really exaggerated. I
yes.
mean, because I love the 60s generation. But I mean, I like the weird beatnik attitude where it's like your brains have fallen out, but I still...
I think that's my
for the
favorite.
character.
I think that's probably my favorite part of the movie is that part.
Yeah, that's fair.
Before Tony shows up, but after, so I guess it's like I guess Benny, right? Like that is probably my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, fair enough. That one hits home because really he was kind of the innocent in the line. He was just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Nothing else, and everybody else had a really terrible time. He had a terrible time too, but he seemed to make the best of it.
And then went and got shot by a Nazi, so...
He did a good favor, and...
So I didn't understand something, maybe y'all can explain it to me. So Zalmi testifies against his mobster father-in-law?
Yes.
Because...
I mean, between the depression of his kid dying in a war... and the fact that he never really wanted to be in that business to begin with.
Sure.
He just kind of didn't know what to do with his life after he lost his voice, and so it just seemed to be the best deal. So he wanted an out, and he had nothing to lose in his mind. He lost everything.
You gotta let the audience know how he lost his voice. He was the bottom half of a horse and got shot in the throat.
Yeah, and lost that ability.
Yep.
Yeah, super tragic because he was the one that was like probably the most diehard about it, other than Pete at the end. But even Pete was more inspired by his father figure than anything else. But yeah, I did like the mention after the court case being like, since he couldn't sing anymore, and of course they had to throw in that juicy line of like, course he's gonna sing. That's all he ever wanted to do.
Right.
And it's like,
He's gonna
okay.
sing like a little birdie in that prison cell.
They weren't even mad that he was testifying against
No,
him.
they're like,
Nah, yeah, we saw this coming.
should have killed him.
Yeah, well, exactly. Regrets.
If you think you need to keep someone quiet, you probably do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just going out on a limb here. But I think though, because we're kind of talking about this progression of the story, I do think as much as I kind of maybe I'm not the biggest fan of the stuff with Tony, especially because I think later in the movie it definitely drags. Ron Thompson really does stand out as like the best part of this movie. His performances, his dual performances. Obviously Tony a lot more than Pete, but he does a really good job, and I'd never seen him in anything else before.
Yeah, I'm not terribly familiar with his work outside of this, but the voice acting, it was pretty dang good, especially with the amount of like emotions that this had to go through, and the fact that they also had to kind of act it out just to get the steps in. So I appreciate that the voice actors like really stepped up to that.
Do you think this film would have worked without the rotoscoping?
Not the same effect. I do have a preference to the rotoscoping in this one specifically because it is kind of like a realistic tale instead of like the really abundantly bombastic characters that Bakshi usually incorporates. This was like really mellowed out. It needed to have that dramatic effect. It wasn't being played up the laps by any means. So I think that resonates. It's like with Bakshi's style, it can miscommunicate so easily, which I'm sure you've seen many a time. So
I have. Yes, I have.
It's part of the reason why I like Bakshi is because it's almost a beautiful dilapidation of animation, and I think that's part of the way that his messages get warbled in communication, where American Pop, it seems a lot more streamlined. It's supposed to make you feel a little uneasy, and it's supposed to have that uncanny feel because this is, for all intents and purposes, a story that you need to be immersed into in order to like really appreciate it. So
and again, like you said, it's telling a real story about real human beings, not wizards on a magical planet or a talking cat. So I mean, again, those movies aside, it's just to your point. I was thinking about it because I was like, well, if you take the rotoscoping out of this movie, I think you would probably also lose those performances being so good.
Absolutely. Yeah, because the way that the faces like really contort to emote, as well as all of just the goofy nonsense where they're just experimenting with the lines and using fisheye lenses with rotoscoping that help the effect. It definitely encapsulates what they were going for, in my opinion. Granted, it was kind of a choice of necessity, but they made it the best that it could have possibly been for what they had.
Well, and I think that it being so music focused too gives it a specific type of rhythm that I think rotoscope kind of aids, because it does aid to that fluid continuation throughout these generations.
Yeah, no, there's the concert scene that's supposed to be Woodstock really stands out as like, you can definitely see Bakshi is trying to really play with the rotoscoping and kind of like what are the limits that he could push it to. And I'm not sure he pushed it all the way to its limits, but that scene stands out for me specifically as like a very a technically impressive scene on top of everything else. I mean, this film is technically impressive. Everything Bakshi does is technically impressive because animation is just technically impressive, period.
Yeah, fair, but man, when it's bad, it hits home.
well, yeah, but when anything is bad as some of the things that Bakshi made, like Fritz the Cat, it's real bad.
Yeah, which fair, but I do appreciate the sheer variety.
Sure, I mean that movie has like a lizard in a hood that wants to like destroy the United States.
Yeah,
lizard people.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
I will say I'm glad this movie was not nearly as racist as the last two.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, last two.
I think that comes back in Hey Good Looking.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, Hey Good Looking is trash fire. I love that thing.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna hate the fuck out of it.
You're setting it up for success already.
I know. Oh, just you wait, buddy boy. It's gonna be the experience of the century.
Aren't you on that one too?
Yeah, I know.
I was about to say,
It's
you'll
that's
be
my-
there.
That actually might be my least favorite Bakshi movie.
Really?
Really? Over Cool World?
Cool World could have been cool. That's all I'll say about that. I think that Bakshi's original concept of Cool World would have been a fantastic movie on Bakshi's scope, but I mean, I can appreciate that he tried to bungle the whole mess when they started messing with it. So I can at least admire it as a giant middle finger that definitely derailed, which was probably part of this. So
You can't ruin my movie before I ruin it first.
right, suck it.
Fuck you then.
Right.
I will say though that this movie at times you can tell the cost of the film.
Yes. Oh yes, that's hard to hide.
Yeah, it's very hard to hide. It's unfortunate because if you look, you don't even have to look that closely. If you just kind of scan the scenes where if you're not paying attention to the one or two or couple characters, oof, it's not good. It's that thing where you can like tell what part of the animation's gonna move before it moves, and it's very apparent in this movie.
Yeah.
Is that a rotoscoping thing, Maggie? Is that a rotoscoping thing?
Probably.
It's like 50-50. Honestly, the grand majority of the issue on that one is because you're using cells in a lot of that, you have to be able to paint them. And if your background isn't like the exact same ink or the exact same texture, it's going to stand out regardless. And you can notice in a lot of the heat scenes specifically, Bakshi was utilizing his own like painting style for a lot of the backgrounds to kind of bridge the gap between where they probably were running low on time or funds or whatever, instead of really trying to make it blend like a lot of the previous ones kind of did to a seamless extent-ish. It still has that hard, thick color above it, so I think instead of trying to match it up, they went like the complete opposite and said, fuck it, it'll just look like a collage. Because, I mean, what else can you do? It's far too time-consuming to try and match that shit up. But most of the time when that happens, it's because it's a cell. And the paint is very dense because you don't want to see through it.
No, there is something to be said for Bakshi getting this film made on clearly the budget he got it made on.
Boy. Yeah.
Because and
it's a pretty long film, too.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half. Unlike Fritz and, Wizards is close, but Heavy Traffic and Fritz, I would not consider them feature-length films because they don't reach the hour and a half? Fritz is like an hour and 15 minutes?
Yeah, the 90-minute mark.
90-minute.
They were just shy, but still.
72 minutes is a feature.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
So technically, it's a passing grade, but...
But what does that mean?
I know, right?
What
the American grading system? You got a Z.
Yeah. But yeah,
yes, but it is a testament to the 70s that Ralph Bakshi got to make his movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
He would not get to make this now. At a studio. Or not.
Not at a studio,
this wasn't made at a studio anyways, was it? I guess it was distributed by Columbia.
No, but he also wouldn't be getting that music for under $1 million.
Fuck no. Are you kidding me? Jeez.
You get one of those songs for $1 million.
Right.
I was about to say, I know what the licensing is going for certain things, and the things in this are like, you're never getting those now.
Right.
What are you, Disney or Marvel? That's the only way you're getting it.
Right.
Like, who the fuck can afford to use Purple Haze?
Yep. Not many.
No. I was surprised that there were no Beatles songs in this movie, given that they like...
Well, that's the one he couldn't afford.
Yeah, that would probably be... Or he just got their bullshit. Like, I could see him just being like, yeah, I would do the Beatles.
Except he says, all I need is love. In the movie.
Well, you know, probably a jab.
Is it all American music?
Is it?
I think it is.
Except for the German song.
Well...
Except for the song, except for, what is it, like Lily Marlene, I think is what it is. I was hoping he would play Edelweiss from Sound of Music. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's the real song.
Rising Valkyries.
Yeah, right. Why, you're really getting my Aryan blood pumping by playing Wagner now.
I think that it's only, other than the classical music that peeps in at the beginning of it, I think that all of the lyrical music is American.
I would assume that's probably totally the point.
If it's with the story, if it's the, like coming up in America throughout these major points, then you hit the major points of music too. So
Yeah. I will say, though, of the movies that I've seen that utilize music in a way that is not... Because I wouldn't say that the music drives the plot of the story. It's kind of ancillary to it. Of films like this that I've seen where music plays a part, but it's not the focus like a musical, this movie is very effective.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that like a live-action movie I don't think really ever could be.
Nope.
Right.
Gotta get that hybrid. Because
Yeah.
it's very much just setting up the atmosphere of it. Really.
Yeah.
Timeline.
And like, it would be cool to show archival footage on screen of like soldiers running and stuff, but with it being rotoscoped, it's just it just has an effect that just the normal footage would not. Yeah, rotoscoping
Well, I mean, it
is...
adds that grit to it, right?
Yeah.
There's not especially if we're thinking about things through like the lens we see now, where everything is super highly polished,
photorealistic.
Photorealistic, for whatever that's worth.
It's shit's still uncanny. Like rotoscoping and photorealism effectively have the same problem, and they're divided by how many years? Now we're at the point where we have photorealistic actors. I mean, you could say we've had it for 10 years, but 10 years from now, people will say we finally have photorealistic actors. But it is uncanny. The spectrum is so wide. It's surprising how uncanny it could be on either end of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's probably the issue that I have with rotoscoping is it just looks weird. It's unsettling. And I've heard, it's not just me and it's not just y'all. Mike has said it. Mark Begley has said it. I've heard other people say it. So I know that I'm not like, I don't understand why this is so weird. It's like, I think everybody finds it weird.
No.
So
it's because it is essentially, traced image. It's going to be as realistic as the shapes are for the movement.
Right.
The main complaint that people have for rotoscope, and it's one that I also share because it comes with the territory, is while you're tracing an image, it doesn't necessarily have the same almost like shape and gravity as standard animation would be. So it always comes off as really stiff unless you have really good actors.
Right.
And yeah, Tony's actor, fantastic. That actually had enough exaggeration to justify animating it and it not being as stilted, but you can definitely tell, especially in the earlier sequences where it's just people standing around and like I can't stand the scene where they're walking away from the dead bodies after the factory blew up and it's the fucking clown that just looks like a triangle and that's all I see and it's like that is such a heinous shape.
Well, it's like those scenes in the bar at the beginning of the movie where it's like you'll pan over here I go trying to use incorrect terms. The camera will look over the crowd and you will see people just like...
Right. Taxidermied.
And it's similar to what you're talking about, Maggie. It takes me out of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, give him a blinking eye or something. Just like frozen
that
in
would be
time.
even worse. Yeah.
And then they just look like wax figures.
If it just blinks
the
and doesn't
eyelids
move.
Yeah, hard pass on that.
Jared Padalecki in the... okay. Maggie, what? You're not going to take a hit, bro? What is this?
Okay, fine.
You podcasting... You're podcasting sober? I liked watching Jess be like...
Do you want this?
Hey, no, I'm oblivious.
Here you go! Take it on my fucking hand, please. You wanted this.
The more reason to have weed.
Yeah.
Hey, well, okay, yeah. Actually,
You know he was smoking God knows what making these movies. So.
Oh, dude, fucking A. But, yeah. No, that's fine.
Is he dead?
I'm totally not so... No, he's still here.
Okay.
He's still being a raisinette somewhere.
Who? Ralph Bakshi?
Yeah.
He's still alive. He's 82.
Wow. Him and Roger Corman.
Bakshi hasn't made anything in a while, though, right?
I think he tried to kickstart something. I forget if it got approved or not. But it was like a continuation of Hey Good Looking, so I'm like...
Yeah, he made a film called The Last Days of Coney Island in 2015.
That was it. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
But it's funny because, of course, Ralph Bakshi made a film and still cast Ron Thompson and Robert Costanzo in it because, it's not 2021 or anything.
No. The kids will get this.
You guys remember making those movies in the 80s? Well, it's like 40 years later, we're doing it again.
Hey, man, whatever.
Hey, I mean, again, we I fully believe more people like Ralph Bakshi need to exist so that they can give the system the middle finger.
Yeah, high risk. I love it. It's either going to be a trash. That's like what I aspire to be. If I could be famous for just making B and oddly strange, disconnected films, I think I'd feel safe about myself.
I mean, if you can get to the point where nobody questions you and you're a fucking complete weirdo, I think you've made it.
Do you guys question me?
No.
No.
Okay, that was
but to your point though,
we hold no power.
We hold no power. Yes. However, if you were walking down the street and someone questioned you, it's a different story.
Well,
my point is if you're Tarantino or Bakshi or David Lynch is like the closet case, right? Like he's the case everybody points at. Like you can just be a fucking weirdo and everyone's just like,
Yeah.
Who cares how long the scene is?
Yeah. Who cares that you have a dude sawing some logs across, what is it at the end of
pouring that drink forever.
At the end of Inland Empires, there's like a guy sawing a log for like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like people like this. I might not like what they make so much, especially with Ralph Bakshi, but I appreciate that people like this, people like Bakshi, Lynch, a bunch of these directors and writers and artists exist because we would not be able to do what we do without them. Like
easily.
Fritz the Cat, if the Fritz the Cat doesn't exist, I'm sure something else exists in its place, but Fritz the Cat, like you said, Maggie, and like you said, Jess, it pushed the industry in a direction that it may not have gone in.
Well, and especially at that time, right? Because animation was
Disneyified.
Well, it was either Looney Tunes or Disney, and it was all very kid-inclusive. There would be like a handful of animations that would predate this that kind of pushed that envelope, but they were mostly like either Hush Hush or really bad. And saying that much,
strange, but you're not wrong.
Right. Right. It's just the natural progression of normalizing what animation can do, putting it in.
Fritz the Cat is better than things that are like it. I will agree. 100%.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is much better than things that I would consider its contemporaries. So.
Yeah. And I don't know. I always like these point cases. I have a particular soft spot for Bakshi movies because it kind of entered my life. It's like when I was in junior high and I finally had the ability to like rent movies from the store. And being in the movies, it's like there isn't much, but you find some weird VHS tapes. And one of those was Wizards. And that was my first Bakshi. And I really loved how freaking weird it was. Then I felt like the cool bad kid because it's like teenage me watching this in my parents' basement.
See, I think that is what I missed out on with these movies. I'm watching them as a already hyper cynical 31-year-old.
Right. I know everything sucks.
I Ralph Bakshi, I'm probably more cynical than you are, dude, because your movies do have a little ray of sunshine in them. Like, our generation grew up to be cynical. Can you blame us?
Right.
Like, our generation exists to feel like the generation that's just looking at all the other ones and going, "These are really dumb." You know that, right?
It's like, I think I do.
And then the other generation's like, "But you guys are all really dumb too." So who's dumb? Who are the dumb ones? I think we're all dumb.
Yeah, we're all definitely.
I mean that's essentially what any of these Bakshi movies say. It's like, you know what? We might sit here and talk about Fritz the Cat, but everyone's a piece of shit, including Fritz the Cat.
Right.
Yeah, like even in American pop, like the characters that we're supposed to sympathize with, kind of still pieces of shit. Like, like Tony Belinsky fucks a girl, leaves her, comes back, and then the kid just comes with him.
Yep.
Like, not a great human being.
No.
Dope dealer. Writes great songs, but then, his lead singer dies because he's hooking her on heroin. Like, not good people.
Right. Yeah, it's almost like a kind of Seinfeld's perspective of like, they're all terrible people, but immensely entertaining. It's just not quite the same effect with Bakshi characters, but yeah, really, there isn't too many characters that I say are like on a moral compass, solid people.
Not in this.
Even
not
in
this
Wizards, where they're supposed to be good versus evil, it's like, Weehawk was still hella angry.
Yeah, he's not a good person.
Nah.
Whatever he is.
Right. But I do appreciate that perspective that Bakshi has. He didn't give a shit. He's like, nah, here's reality, kids.
On to your point, Maggie, one of the most popular TV shows on TV right now is a show about watching terrible people do terrible things because it's funny. It's called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know if It's Always Sunny owes anything to Ralph Bakshi, but The Simpsons obviously does. Duh, I don't think that that's a stretch. But shows like It's Always Sunny exist because of stuff like The Simpsons. So you could make the case that something like Fritz the Cat normalized whatever Fritz the Cat normalized.
Yeah.
I don't know what it
society.
I mean, Fritz the Cat to me is very much like After Hours. It's just with a cat instead of Griffin Dunn.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm also taking...
Man on the street, walking around, reacting to shit that he doesn't understand and will never understand.
Much more sexualized than After Hours.
Yeah, but that's also because After Hours is,
a live action movie.
Also because it's good.
I
mean, I like After Hours. I would rather rewatch After Hours than Fritz the Cat, but they're talking about the same thing. Like,
yes,
going out into the world and just seeing how insane the world really is. Like, kind of this movie too. Kind of the same thing, which I do appreciate. So it's not a complete loss.
Oh, well.
And it was never going to be anyways. Come on. I mean, the three of us get to talk about a fucking movie with, animated prostitutes and a guy getting shot by a Nazi at a piano. It's still a good time.
We're still having fun.
Yeah, we're having fun. You're having fun listening to us, but you maybe don't need to watch the other movies. But this one, I think, if you can track it down, is pretty decent.
I would say that you don't need to watch Fritz the Cat.
Yeah.
I would agree. Just saying, I don't think you need to watch Fritz the Cat's strange, given I watched Fritz the Cat.
But that was the first one, and I had to pick something for a slot.
That's true. That's true. And I did not
There were
watch.
a lot of weeks in this fucking month.
That's true. There are 5. We did talk about Fritz the Cat 2. I did not watch it because I am not a masochist.
I've never watched the second one.
Also, it doesn't have anyone from the original in it other than Skip Hinnant, so who cares?
Which is a red flag, so don't dodge a bullet there.
The one guy who knew he would get a paycheck was in it.
Yeah,
right.
That's definitely not the tagline of this.
What do the kids today say? Sus?
Yeah, it's sus.
A little sus.
Just a little sus.
Because I don't know how to say suspicious.
We don't like us.
I don't know. Well, judging by what y'all are saying, Hey Good Looking is not going to be any better than this.
It has
probably not.
Moments.
So does this movie,
Who knows? For some reason, could really resonate with you. I have no idea.
I did text you, Jess, when I was watching this last night. And I was like, this movie is resonating with me, and this movie did.
Yeah. But Hey Good Looking is a little...
Man.
Hey Good Looking has less to say than American Pop has to say.
It is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Oh, no, do you like boxing, Chris?
Do I like boxing?
Yes.
Sure.
Do you like greasers?
I had a pompadour at one point, so sure.
How
I
about
talked to someone who has one like half the time.
That's fair. Rock and roll. I feel the goofy hair squad.
This is like the last time we were all together, we were all much more well kempt. Now two of us are less well kept.
Yeah, I'm a fucking wildebeest.
Chris and Maggie have the head o'hair with the head part. Definitely. Jeez Louise.
Putting your fingers in light sockets.
But I don't know. I don't know if it. I don't anticipate it resonating with me more than this one did. Because as a creative type, this one resonates with me, as I'm sure it resonated with y'all in similar ways.
Oh yeah,
so,
right.
Not going to resonate with Fritz the Cat. It's just not going to happen. It's just not a fucking universe where that happens. Right. But I'll resonate with some of the characters in this movie. But I think it's telling that, Jess, you said this is your favorite Bakshi, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any questions as to why that is. You know what I mean? It makes perfect. It makes perfect sense because it is the best of the movies I've seen. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, so that's maybe that's the best.
I'm kind of surprised you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, given how much of a Lord of the Rings fan you are.
Now it was a journey, so it's probably because I didn't see the original.
Long journey, Mr. Frodo.
You're not going anywhere without Mr. Frodo. Yeah, that's right. That's it. Now I just want to watch Lord of the Rings.
Now we're marrying Pippin.
Yeah.
You guys are marrying Pippin to the end.
I'm down with that.
I have
It's
always,
unfair, though.
I have always
fair.
said which character I am. I am Samwise to the T. He's the best character in the movie. Sam, the funniest thing I've ever. Well, okay. First off, he is no question.
Okay.
The best thing I've ever seen about Lord of the Rings was, I don't know if you guys have seen that meme, the meme from was it episode 2, Attack of the Clones, the thing with Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one where it's like, you're gonna throw that ring in the volcano, right, Mr. Frodo? Right, Mr. Frodo? We came all this way for you to do one thing, Frodo.
If you don't throw it in, I'm throwing you and the ring in.
And Gollum, for that matter. Poor little Gollum.
Fuck that.
Hey, man, Gollum is where it's at.
Gandalf for life, bitch.
Gandalf for life. So would you guys say skip it or watch it on this one? Not Lord of the Rings. We obviously all watch Lord of the Rings.
Oh, well, yeah. Again and again. Oh, me first?
There and back again.
Oh, yeah. And there and back. And then retirement. Oh, definitely watch. Come on, man. It's an experimental piece of moving art and a hell of a good soundtrack at the very least.
The soundtrack is impressive.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it.
Yep.
Take everything out of this movie. The soundtrack for less than $1 million. I can't believe that still.
Yeah.
So
It's a big old slap in the face.
yeah, you don't hear Purple Haze in like anything anymore.
No, God no.
Yeah, you don't hear the Doors in anything anymore, unless the company's like, yeah, we'll just mortgage the cost of the movie against the soundtrack.
Yeah.
So,
Do it.
especially when they're using, like, I think with California Dreamin', they use, like, half of the fucking song.
Oh, yeah. A lot of those, like, Hell's for Children was such a great, like, that's probably my favorite musical interlude. That was so cool, especially when it bleeds into, like, the actual prayer as he's
Yeah, it's
walking
really
past.
good.
Oh, it's brilliant. But that scene goes on for a while, so...
Yeah. And we all know licensing is based on how much of you use.
Boy.
Not just using it. So, yeah, I can only imagine how under $1 million is still kind of nuts to me. So, What about you, Jess? Would you skip it or watch it?
Watch it, definitely.
Yeah, I would watch it. I wouldn't suggest people watch it, as in, like, go out of your way, but if you see it on the shelf and you're like, is this interesting? Should I watch this? Yeah.
It's probably still free on YouTube, gang.
I think if you're
Just go and watch it on YouTube, sillies.
If you have interest in Ralph Bakshi, then I think that you should probably check this one out. If you're just going to check one out, then at least make it this one.
If you're a fan of animation, but you don't have a budget, there are possibilities. This is one of them. It's a nice classic technique.
In the 70s.
Yes.
we say Bakshi didn't have a budget, but he did spend all that money on the songs.
I mean,
yeah.
That is where all those, like, Frozen triangle clown scenes.
Yeah,
that's where all that money went.
That's where all that money went.
But did you hear the Chips Ahoy song? That was worth it.
Yeah. Hey, we got the mamas and the papas in here. Frozen human beings throughout half of the movie? No big deal.
Scooby-Doo.
Right. Some Sex Pistols. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so it's not all American then.
Oh, yeah, the Sex Pistols.
Are the Sex Pistols in this movie?
I mean,
are they?
Yeah, yes, guys. It's pretty wasted. Come on. Yo, so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
I remember that. So we got like one English song.
Yeah.
It was right after Hell's Before. I memorized
They
this.
were like, well, I mean, that makes sense. I can see Ralph Bakshi saying, if I'm picking a British band, it's going to be the Sex Pistols and not the Beatles.
Well, yeah, that's great. I would almost be with him on that one, but
He's already made it clear in, was it Fritz the Cat? Was it Bakshi was making a statement about the Beatles at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then R. Crumb was like, what the fuck? That's not my character, man.
oh well.
My character is a pervert cat.
I just want that as my ring.
My cat's statement.
I want that as my ringtone, Jess, just saying, my cat's a pervert cat, over and over again. My cat's
no
a
idea which one I'm
pervert
talking
cat.
about.
All of them. Who knows? Does it matter? They're all pervert cats. So on that note, let's play a preview for the next episode, which is going to be the three of us talking once again about Ralph Bakshi.
Hey, good looking. Let's do something outrageous. See Brooklyn the way it was in the 50s, my man, as only Ralph Bakshi and his boys can do it. That's right. The same dude that gave you Fritz the Cat and Heavy Traffic is gonna give it to you once again in the wildest and craziest movie of your ever-loving life. Good looking.
So on the next episode, we're not talking about Cool World. We're talking about Hey Good Looking, which has already been set up to me as going to be a failure.
It's brilliant, though.
I mean, we wouldn't have set Cool World up to be a success for you.
That's true.
I'd be pissed I'd have to watch it again.
That's fair. Is it really that bad?
Yeah!
I think it's kind of fun.
Especially knowing what it could have been. It could have been a cool movie about like a hybrid.
Yeah, but that's not entirely fair.
Trying to kill her dad.
It's not entirely fair, though, to measure a movie by the movie that it wasn't.
Right, but it is fair to measure that they took advice from one of the actresses to try and dumb it down so that her kids could watch it.
I agree with that 100%.
And there you have it.
We don't even like movies, but make it dumber for us.
Yes, please. I know you're known for being risque, but can you just PG it up a smidge?
Wait, who asked him to PG it up? Kim Basinger?
Hollywood, yeah. Oh, yeah, that face. Really? Yeah, but, you will be in a blind rage if you watch that movie. It's really for your own sanity that was not selected.
Huh? Yeah,
but
probably not.
Just saying.
I'll watch it at some point.
I'm sure.
Well, because you have to round out your Bakshi viewing now. You've basically seen all of them.
I'll make it a point to watch it as the final movie I watch before I die. How's that?
I'm gonna get a text right before you keel over.
And we'll see which one of us lasts. It's like, I want a brainwave to Maggie and Jess.
It's fucking terrible. And I'll be like, yeah.
Maggie from the third dimension. I know, Chris. Duh.
I told you all those years ago.
I tried to warn you, and you didn't listen.
Yeah, I'm specifically haunting the earth just to say I told you.
Except now I kind of want to watch Cool World.
Okay, fine. We'll do a double feature. It could be Hey Good Looking and Cool World. You can both be twice disappointed.
Hey, Maggie, would you be disappointed if we changed it to Cool World?
Oh my god! Don't rant about Cool World too. I don't give a shit. I'll go eat shit on that shit.
This is a first. We've never.
Do you
really want to watch Cool World? Would you rather watch Cool World than Hey Good Looking?
I have no response. Both are just.
Hold on, I was asking Jess because it's technically Jess Byard June.
I kind of do, just because I want to hear you freak out.
Okay, fine. You guys want this shitstorm? Fine.
So on that note, let's play a preview for the actual movie we're talking about.
Psych out, gang. Check this shit out.
Gotcha.
During his 10 years in prison, Jack Deebs created his own world. It made him very successful.
You're Jack Deebs, the creator of Cool World, right? I can't believe this.
Now he thinks he's going home to the real world. But he's wrong. Real wrong.
Welcome to my world.
You're not in Kansas anymore.
Freeze. Cool World Police. I'm a cartoonist. I drew all this.
This place exists with or without you. Get a little closer here, babe. Give us a kiss.
Go away.
I'm out of here.
I've been waiting for you, darling.
No, kids do not have sex with doodles. It's the oldest law in Cool World. If that happens, you call me.
I got it, boss.
Since it's only a dream, indulge your fantasies. Man is in the bedroom. Are you gonna follow the rules? Or are you gonna follow your instincts?
You're about to make an unscheduled trip to the other side. Buster.
This is gonna be the biggest disaster the Cool World has ever seen.
Stop! Cease!
Nobody's gonna stop me now.
You look good in the flesh. It's almost a shame I gotta take you back.
I just wanna be real.
You gotta slow down.
Not on your life, pal.
Enough, fatty. You kidding?
This place should be erased.
Hey, it's a living.
Cool World.
We may not be real to you as yet, but we will be.
And then it'll just be me being like, hey, this is Cool World. Did you ever want to see Brad Pitt with the square shoulders? There you go. Beady eyes, there you have it. Did you ever want to have sex with a cartoon? It's not anime. You're still going to want to fuck it.
I mean...
Ever see cardboard cutouts the size of your kneecaps painted? Did you ever see buildings look terrifying? They made a video game out of it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I hope so.
Oh, that was my first interaction with the goddamn movie. Was that stupid-ass video game, and I didn't know what the hell was going on, and I watched the movie, and I still didn't know what was going on.
I feel like you don't like the movie because you didn't like the video game first.
No! I just said, okay. Yeah. All right, you watch that movie, and you...
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. But David Bowie made an original song for the film. Boy, we're in for a rough time. If that couldn't save the movie...
Bruh, you have no idea what A-bomb you just like. We were just gonna coast off the money.
Have you ever wanted to dive deeper into the horror movies you love? Beyond the Blood is a horror podcast for fans who want more than just surface level screams. We do deep dives into the movies that shaped us, digging into director commentaries, behind the scenes stories, deleted scenes, and the special features that most people skip. Each episode is a love letter to the genre. We break down how these films were made, the creative risks that paid off or didn't, and the lasting impact they've had on the genre as a whole. From 70s slashers to modern nightmares, we celebrate the craft, chaos, and characters that keep us coming back. If you're the kind of fan who rewatches movies with the commentary on, or you simply grew up in the video store horror aisle, the Beyond the Blood podcast was made for you. New episodes every single week. Subscribe, and let's dig deep. Welcome to the Beyond the Blood podcast.
With Hey Good Looking, where like an entirely 80s, 50s boxing match ensues. No, we're doing Cool World. Where you get to see the ending of that one and feel real good.
Holly, wouldn't you want to talk about it?
No, I fucking no.
Well, well, on the next episode of the Kulturecast, that's what we're going to be talking about is Cool World. Maggie, I hope will be joining us. If not,
yes, I will be.
She has to, because I have to use my internet down here.
Otherwise, these chuckle fucks are going to be like, yeah, this was really a great experimental film. I consider how much like the political hounding and corporate interaction happened. I think this turned out like a modest Mona Lisa, in my opinion. It should go in the halls.
Do we sound that smug, Jess?
No. No, but you'll do that if I miss that night just to piss me off. I'll be listening to the episode being like, those sons of bitches.
We don't give 5 stars to anything, but we'll give it to Cool World.
Those smug bastards. So until then, Maggie, where could people find you if they were looking for?
Back alley aside of Denny's. And also on Instagram, Maggie the Odd. And I guess I have a couple of comics on Webtoons, Now Lost But Gone Before, and Where's Halloween Special. Aside from that, I don't know, I'm a ghost. That's how I'm going to sign off.
I'm a ghost, y'all.
Yeah, y'all killed me on the Cool World switch. So
well, I feel like it's our fault. But hey, Jess, where can people find you when you're not here?
You can find me on Twitter at writer Jess Byard. Pretty much everything I do goes there. But if you want to hear Chris and I talking about things not movie related, you can hear us on our other podcast, Scary Stories We Tell, which we talk about true crime, cryptids, urban legends, anything that goes bump in the night, pretty much.
Oh,
So maybe we'll get Maggie on there.
And ghosts,
Now
yes.
that I'm a ghost, I can totally.
We can have a real dead ghost.
I'm deceased.
Just don't start like creating ghost worlds around your fake ghost girlfriend that
Ghost
you
world.
have.
What if we just do a month of movies with ghosts in the title? Ghost,
In honor of Maggie's
Ghost World.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost, and then Ghost World, and then 13 Ghosts.
Yes. Oh,
13 Ghosts is a good movie.
yeah. If I'm doing a month, you're going to be in for like the treasure trove of shit cinema. So just.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is next year I need to let you program a month so that you can show us that you do it better than we do it.
Oh well, no, I don't do it better than that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't do it very good. So.
It's more like, oh, holy shit. Okay, people that I know, like the only people that like hit me up consistently. I found these bad shit insane
that
movies.
I know. I'm glad to know that
movies
Jess
in
and I
closet.
are the ones that hit you up consistently.
That's a lie. I have a.
Hey, consistent friends.
Hey, consistent folks that invite me to do stuff. I found this weird thing. You want to watch it, you're going to watch it.
I like that your favorite movies are either Lawrence of Arabia and Dr. Zhivago or Hey Good Looking.
Heavy traffic, Jess. Heavy traffic.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I feel left. I'll just make you guys watch operas for the whole month. Enjoy them.
Yeah, that's not punishment. I like opera.
Okay.
We'll do like a month of like Tusk and what else? Faces of Death, the trilogy or the quadrilogy.
Ooh, there you go.
MD Pope, let's just watch the. You know what? The podcast we should have done, we never did, Jess. It's just you and I talking about snuff films.
Just all
Just
of
like-
the guinea pig movies.
No, like actual snuff films.
Oh, like real ones. Okay.
Like oh yeah,
like going on Ron.com and find people getting decapitated and shit like that.
Hey everybody, come on down to the Snuffcast where Chris, Jess, and Maggie are talking about cartel victims having their heads blown off by shotguns.
It's just me passed out the whole time.
Worst ASMR ever.
God. Yeah, no. The fact that doesn't exist yet is surprising.
It doesn't exist on the main world of podcasts, but I'm sure the dark web has the dark web podcast.
I want to know what those podcasts would sound
They're
like.
probably about people telling horrible things they did to other people.
But that feels like evidence.
Yeah, but like it's like change all that shit around.
That's fair.
Yeah. And you can make it as it's like, oh, it's a fictional retelling of blah blah blah.
Do you think the dark web actually has podcasts?
Probably.
I mean, they have chat.
I feel like they have everything.
I guess
Well,
recording would be kind of fit. I guess it would have to be live.
Yeah,
That's
but
my
you
point,
Can
like-
encrypt all that shit too.
That's true. I mean,
If
that's
you're
true.
On the dark web, you know how to do that specific.
To be fair,
type
they
of-
do like send like all sorts of illegal things, so I'm pretty sure they're
Right.
not worried about it.
See, honestly, I'd be down for the dark web podcast if it was like almost like mockumentary style. It's literally they're razzing these teens that jumped on the dark web and be like, "Hey, welcome to the podcast. So we just found Ted from New Jersey. Here's his address, real quick. We just sent him a package.
Oh, so you
He
sort
should
of
be getting
dox
home real
people?
Yeah, where that's all it is like some new.
It probably would be.
Yeah, it's just
Maggie
these people
doxing children on the dark web.
I guess found out me that I can't deal with technology somehow managed to be a podcaster on the dark web.
Maggie, the dungeon keeper of the dark web.
Seems like somebody stumbled in the wrong chat room, gang. Let's see what we can find out about his parents, shall we?
You've been put on our radar.
Oh, it looks like you have a divorce in your history. Let's see if we can explain this.
Yeah, we should do a snuff film podcast
Oh.
at Christmas time too.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Oh God, no!
Hey everybody, Jess and I started this new podcast where we watch videos of people being dunked into acid barrels.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. As if nobody listened to the podcast before, now they're really not going to.
Let's go.
That's the theme song for the podcast. It's just Christmas music. Because that shit's like all public domain.
Oh, man, perfect.
That's the Three Dudes podcast right there, is just us talking about Mexican cartel snuff films.
No! Please don't make that the Three Dudes podcast. This dude will be
There's one squeamish dude.
Yeah,
Oh.
very squeamish dude.
I like how Jess essentially said, I am not going to say no.
Right. Literally, this,
There's one of us that's squeamish,
sack
and
is
it's
dragging
not
on
me.
I'm fine.
Your old Paul and Shane on the Three Dudes podcast. Can't handle it, fucking.
I'm just going to go out here and say that you want to talk about them. I've already seen them. So,
Right.
yeah. I mean, if someone did a podcast about shock videos on the internet, it would be funny.
Oh man, they would have to like get around the censors, so they'd be talking about like they'd use censor words like applesauce.
Or you just refer to it by its name, like Clown Song. Like, nobody knows what Clown Song is.
Fair.
Unless Maggie knows what Clown Song is.
It sounds familiar. I don't want to recount all
It has to do with a man in a mason jar. We'll leave it at
Oh
that.
yes, okay. We actually talked about that before. Yes.
We did talk about that before.
Yes, we
Um,
You see, Goatsy, this is Goatsy on crack.
yeah, this is Goatsy if Goatsy had no limits.
And a jar.
And a jar. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's the one video you watch where your butt will clench and you'll immediately regret it. Yay!
Wow. Well, on that horrifying note, you can find me on the internet at Christmas Claus. Jesus, even speaking of Christmas, yikes. Has nothing to do with snuff films, I promise. You can find this podcast on the internet at Kulturecast.com. Patreon.com/Kulturecast is where you can go to give us money to sit and listen to us talk about snuff film podcasts. It's like you're here in the room with us, being fucking weird. That is like, that to me is like, how do you sell someone on a podcast? It's like you're sitting in the room with weirdos listening to them talk, but
Right.
you
Being
can't
weird.
engage with them.
Right?
And you're safe.
You're safe, exactly. That's what it is. You can
It's like
listen
when
to the
you go
weirdos talk and they don't have to hurt you.
It's like a weird house party where you just went to the couch to get like in line with the joint, and then everybody else is having a conversation around you, and you're like, I don't know why I even came to this house.
Why am I
I don't know who
here?
any of you are.
I don't know what they're talking about, but damn, they're diesel about it.
They're fucking weird, man. Oh boy. But yeah, on that note, we'll catch you on the next episode.
Hello and welcome to Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys. My name is Hunter. In this podcast, I'll be joined by a different guest each week to discuss a classic Western movie or TV show. I've been a fan of classic Westerns for as long as I can remember, and in recent years, they've become very nostalgic for me. I love the aesthetic, the tropes, and I love seeing different filmmakers' takes on them. At their best, they're incredibly entertaining, rewatchable, and some of my all-time favorite movies are Westerns. We'll mostly focus on Western movies made in Hollywood, but we'll also be covering spaghetti Westerns, and one thing I'm very excited to get into are Western TV shows. I've got some amazing guests coming on the show, film professors, historians, and podcasters, and Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys is part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, and many guests on the show will be from other shows on the network. Thanks for listening.